Hi, my name is Bernie Madoff. I am the founder of the Wall Street firm Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities, LLC. I am famous for being the former non-executive chairman of the Nasdaq Stock Exchange and the admitted operator of a Ponzi scheme that is considered the largest financial fraud in U.S. history. I was arrested on December 11, 2008. On March 12, 2009, I pleaded guilty to 11 federal crimes and admitted to operating the largest private Ponzi scheme in history. On June 29, 2009, I was sentenced to 150 years in prison with restitution of $170 billion US. Prosecutors estimated the size of the fraud to be $64.8 billion US, based on the amounts in the account of my 4,800 clients as of November 30, 2008. My firm employed my brother Peter as a senior managing director and chief compliance officer. My brother's daughter, Shayna, was the firm's rules and compliance officer and attorney. My sons Andrew and Mark also worked for the firm. Although my family members worked for the firm, I acted alone in the private Ponzi scheme.
Harry Markopolos, a financial analyst and fraud investigator from Boston, enjoys an almost heroic status as he is pursued by journalists and movie producers and honored by colleagues as the man who went to the Securities and Exchange Commission and blew the whistle on Bernie Madoff and his $50 billion fraud. Mr. Markopolos discovered evidence over 9 years suggesting that Bernie Madoff's wealth management business was a massive Ponzi scheme. In 2000, 2001, 2005, and 2008, Markopolos alerted the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, SEC. Each time he alerted the SEC of the fraud supplying supporting documents, he was ignored. As Markopolos put it, markets are supposed to go up and down. Well, Madoff's only went up. Only 4% of the months were down. So how did Bernie Madoff conceal the fraud for so many years? Madoff used a small accounting firm, Freiling and Horowitz, to audit his firm annually. This firm only has 3 employees, which included a secretary, an accountant, and a partner named David Freiling. Freiling and Horowitz did not perform a full audit of Madoff's firm. The auditor did not perform procedures to confirm that the securities BMIS held on behalf of its customers actually existed. Freiling and Horowitz merely conducted minimal audit procedures with respect to BMIS's internal controls. Afraid that the work would be subject to peer review, as required of accountants who conduct audits, Freiling lied to the American Institution of Certified Public Accountants for years and denied that he conducted any audit work. Freiling has also been accused of obtaining profits from Madoff and BMIS from withdrawing returns from accounts held at BMIS in the name of Freiling and his family members. The SEC has since charged David G. Freiling and his firm Freiling and Horowitz with fraud. They have been charged with committing securities fraud by representing that they had conducted legitimate audits when in fact they had not. From 1991 through 2008, the firm deceived investors and regulators by declaring that Madoff's enterprise had a clean audit record. The SEC also stated that the firm enabled Madoff's Ponzi scheme by falsely stating in annual audit reports that the firm audited Bernard Madoff Investment Securities financial statements pursuant to generally accepted auditing standards, including the requirement to remain independent and perform audit procedures regarding custody of securities.
Created using Powtoon.